Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about our new screener in the platform here, MyStockScanner. If you haven't tested it yet, then there is a link to it below. It is free, and oh, by the way, we just reached 1,000 users yesterday, I think it was, and that is after being online for what, 6-7 weeks, something like that. That is fantastic, and thank you to all of you out there that are testing it and giving us feedback, and we are doing changes in the system almost every day simply based on feedback from you or adding features and so on, so that is fantastic. All right, the screeners. So far there have only been some predefined screeners here and they are still there. So if for instance you want to check out which stocks have a triple green in the TPI section here, you can see that here we have triple green. Some of them are colored gray, but don't mind that. And so they are triple green, and that is well, there is enough to choose from, and you can go into every single one of them. You can choose if you want to look at other countries but United States. You can choose your currency, you can choose your layout and everything. And soon it will be you will be able to create your own layout as well if there are some specific information you want to be displayed here. All right, but the really interesting part is that now you can create your own screener. So pressing here, the new screener, right now we're just seeing everything. So okay, right now it's United Kingdom. I'm not too much into that, but United States, right now we're just seeing everything. So let's add some rules. We can edit rules here, and when we get that, we can change the title. So we can call this Building Freedom test screen, something like that. And if there is a specific description, so if you have many screens, sometimes you will need to be a reminder what was my thought process when I built the screen. You can write that here, and then you can start adding rules. Right now we're just seeing United States here, but if we add a rule, we click here to select and it could be that I wanted let's say I wanted a price earning here, the last reported annual. Just leave these as default. It is possible to get the estimations and everything, but for now let's just keep it as is defaulted here. We press update and then we choose greater or equal, or we can say, well, the price earning I actually want it to be below 15, so we say less than or equals to 15. Now we only see the stocks that have a price earning less than 15. You can see it down here, none of them are above. We can add some more rules. We can say, well, we do have these country scores and region scores here, the value, the quality, the momentum and the overall stock scores. So we might want to delete this here and have some stock scores in here. And we might want to see country quality score, meaning that if, for instance, that is above 90, then it is in the highest 10% in the quality in the country we are looking at, meaning the United States here. So country quality score, I want that greater or equals to, for instance, 90. All right. Then we have quality scores, the second row here, or column here. And they are all above 90. So we can just slowly build up a screen that we want for ourselves. Right now there are not too many technicals in here, but there are a few. We could, for instance, say that we want the closing price here to be greater than or equal to, and then we choose a system value instead of a number. And then we choose something from the system here. That could be, I want the close to be higher than the close a month ago, for instance. But it could also be that we have a few indicators, for instance, the 8-week EMA. So that is the exponential moving average. When I press update, well, then I get stocks that are in some sort of an uptrend. If you say that it's in an uptrend when it's over its 8-week EMA here. Also, as I said, you can add a rule saying I want the close here to be greater than or equal to the close a month ago, like this. meaning that I'm getting stocks that have gone up in price the last month. And believe it or not, there are actually stocks that are up the last month, even though it can feel a bit different. So you can build this up. There are a ton of different things in here, and we are adding to it all the time. You can get the value scores in here, meaning that you're looking at earnings per share, you're looking at value from our value chart. There are all the ratios, there are estimates. Well, basically, you can see, you can search for estimates that are up or down or have moved over the last 7 or 30 or 90 days here. You can search for dividends, you can search for market cap and all sorts of stuff. So when you have a screen that you think that is fairly like I want it to be, you can of course sort it. So if you want to look primarily at the largest stocks, you can just have it here and say, all right, the Equinor, that is originally a Norwegian company, so you can see it says ADR here since it's on the US stock exchange, but it is from another country. There will be a lot of features added here, as I mentioned, but this is for now a fantastic screener, and it has already given me a ton of new ideas for instance, good value stocks that are in an uptrend. In my coming videos, I will show you some of these screens that I'm building and explain to you the logic behind them and why I think these are very useful to get a quick overlook over a massive market where we are on a daily basis missing so many good opportunities simply because we don't find them. Now you can find them, or at least find some of them. And then of course, if you want to look at, let's say, EOG resources, you just press it here. And we get to the summary. Now we have the summary as usual here, but you also have all the other results from the screener. And if you want to go back to the screener to edit something, you can just press back to the screener here. But if we're looking at EOG resources and we say, oh yeah, the fundamentals are actually like we want them, great quality here, there's some really low bankruptcy risk, great Petrusky scores. We can go down here and see the interest coverage is enormous. The free cash flow is absolutely stellar. So if we are saying, yes, this is actually a stock I would like to buy some of, you can always look into the TPI chart, of course, and see, oh wow, it actually just went into green zone on both the long trend and the weekly TPI trend here is dark green. And on the daily, it is in the oversold accumulation. So EOG could actually be a stock you wanted to have a further look at. Now, this could be as a swing trade, or you can take a valuation and see how are they looking on the value chart. Let's look 5 years into the future here. Let's say that we are looking at the earnings. And let's say that they can grow by, let's just say 10% on the earnings per share the next 5 years here. And let's say that they can keep a price earning around the 10 as they have the latest year. That is a bit higher than the last 3 year average, but in line with 5 and 10 year average here. So if that is so, if they can keep around 10 for price earning, if they can keep the estimates here for year 1 and 2, and then after that keeping 10 years in growth per earnings per share, the next 5 years they will go up by 33% in total. We'll soon have it as a CAGR over here again. We just changed that, but we're changing that back. So a good solid stock, and of course you can play around with the numbers and you can say, I actually think the price earning will be greater because energy will be a big thing in the coming years. Well, then you can put in 12 as price earning and let's say 15 in growth in earnings per share. Then you will have a stock that goes up by 87% over the next 5 earnings reports here. So I think this might give a decent intro to it, and you can go back to the screener, you can change it, you can save it. So if you think this is the best screener I've ever made, I will be able to do that over and over again. Then you can just save it, and when we go into the screeners here, we can now see that it has become the Building Freedom test screen over here. So every time I go in there, I get the screens. When I have marked it with a yellow star here, it means that whenever I get to the home page, go under screeners, then I have it out here as my Building Freedom test screen here under my favorites. I hope this made sense. As always, remember to write your comments, your questions, everything underneath the video, in the Facebook group, wherever you find us. And remember to hit the like and subscribe and all that jazz beneath the video. That's all for now. I'll talk to you again shortly, and until then, take care of yourself and your money out there. Bye.